Welcome back to a very late night episode of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. I shall see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today, as we're relaxing as per usual. Late night recording. It didn't need to be this late night. I'll be honest. I was just sort of putting it off. Art fight is officially over. I was gonna live stream today, but then I didn't because I was like, okay. I'll be fully honest. I was like, I have these final art things for once I want to give to my friends. And I was not entirely sure if I could finish them in time if I streamed, but I'll get into this in a second. Good evening everyone here, I don't know broadcast, hope we can make it through this right now on Fawnhallow's 2:38 AM on what should be Sunday, August 2nd, 2026. But yeah, I was originally going to stream, and then I was like, if I streamed, I would have basically 2 hours after, like, immediately as the stream ends, if I end at 5, to go into finishing off the artwork. And I evaluated it and I was like, I think it's doable, but I think it would be way too stressful. So I decided, okay, I'm just going to cancel the stream, I'm going to relax, because, you know, and I want to unwind as well. Especially because the past few days, and even today a little bit, I've been plagued by stomach aches. Today I'm not exactly sure why, because I didn't have anything with gluten, so you know, maybe it's something, maybe it'll be a discovery later on where, oh, something I've been eating also causes me stomach aches and I didn't realise, or something else, I don't know. But I will say the stomach aches are not nearly as bad as the previous 2 days, so I'm not thinking it's a gluten related thing. I think this might just be a stomach acid related thing, to be honest, as my stomach is recovering from the previous 2 days. So I did sort of put it off a little bit. But I just had too much stuff I had to do, because I also had to record, because I was also drawing most of yesterday, so I didn't have anything recorded. D&D is starting up again next week, so starting up tomorrow. Thankfully tomorrow is going to be the easiest session properly, because it's a lot more low-key. It doesn't really matter, like, if I mess up something as dearly in that one. It will matter a lot more if I mess up a Wednesday one, I think, because that one's like pretty key, like story beat. This one is very sort of lackadaisy, or is meant to be very sort of casual fun, which does make it a good warm up again into hopefully D&D, but I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I also wanted to do a little bit of voice acting today. I think I mentioned this before, like there was a project to dub 9 Souls, and I considered auditioning for it. I did some dry runs basically today, just sort of like practicing voices, seeing what I could do. And yeah, I got a list of characters I'll try auditioning for. I don't think my voice suits all of them necessarily, but I think some of them are plausible. Just some have very high competition. I'm not even going to say anything, because I'm not even going to be sure if I will get a part or anything, but I certainly hope so. It's a fan project and I really liked it, and I was like, okay. But I do have a couple more weeks, thankfully, to submit, so I don't need to stress too much about it at the moment. So quite possibly I do it next weekend or something else. I don't know. But I might do a catch-up stream next week. Obviously not Monday, Wednesday, maybe Tuesday or Thursday. I gotta check if I'm doing anything on those days, but I don't think I am. But just in case, let me see. No, I'm not doing anything Tuesday, Thursday, so I might do a catch-up stream on one of those 2 days. We'll see. Thursday more likely than Tuesday, I think. But yeah, I just wanted to do that. I wanted to record some videos, so I've recorded some in Stars and Time. And I've recorded some Isle of Sea and Sky. I will say I'm always very hesitant to record some Pseudo Regalia, because like it always feels like I get back into it and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing for like most of the time I'm playing. But yeah, now that art fight's done, how do I feel about this art fight? I think I did a lot better this year than I did last year, mainly because cancelling D&D meant I had a lot more time to actually draw, and which is good to focus on. I'm glad a lot of my friends joined in this year as well. And yeah, I actually, it's not the most attacks I've ever done, but I think it's one of the most attacks I've ever done. I didn't do like a particularly big attack this year, because normally I like to have one attack which I just like do go all out for. But I didn't do it, so like I have a kind of big attack this year, but it wasn't like huge or anything. But I seem to be alternating, whereas like I either do a year of a lot of commitment. Well, I don't know, first 3 years I did a lot of commitment, and then I did very minimal commitment, and then I did a lot of commitment, and then I did very minimal, and now I did a lot of commitment again. So I think this is a balance. I think like about somewhere between 8 to 12 attacks each year, I think is kind of like what I should be aiming for. With the time I have and the effort. So yeah, I had a good time, and yeah, I'm super glad my friends took part. One of my friends, their big attack, as they tend to upscale it seemingly every single year, it was absolutely crazy. It was a multimedia animation sort of thing. It was actually incredible. But now it's all well and done. I'm just sort of like, wow, like, what am I going to do with my time? And I guess what I do with my time is D&D and all the other things I've been putting off for all of this year. Now immediately has to sort of come back into focus. So yeah, I'm happy I did not stream today, I think, because I didn't realise that. I think I definitely needed a break, because I finished my artworks, like the deadline would have been about 7, I finished about 5, so it would have been like, technically I would have had time to do the artwork, because I took a break partway in between, but I would have had no breaks, and it would have been so close to the end of the deadline. So I'm glad that I took basically just some me time. I mean, I'll catch up later, probably with maybe just artwork stream, I don't know if I'll play much. But yeah, I just had a very relaxing time. I also like managed to watch some more Freerun. I think I mentioned about like a week ago, I've been watching some of the episodes of Freerun. I have finished episode 10, I think. And what that entails, if you're someone who's watched Rerun, I would say, what would I use to say, what would I describe it in one word? I would say scales, maybe. Like it feels like a very big story beat, essentially. I love Rerun, like I vibe with it so hard, like the way it sort of tells its story, whereas sort of not disjointed chronology is not, I'm not going to understand it that hard, but like where it's sort of like time moving back and forth and how it links things together. I'm just like, it's wonderful. Wow, beautiful. But yeah. So we'll probably cut it a bit short. I saw Babarazoo is having a board game coming out on Kickstarter. And definitely I'll back out when it comes out. I have a few other like Kickstarter games which I want to back, but I haven't actually backed yet. So I'm sort of like, I need to look up and be like, would I even enjoy this game? Would I bookmark them? Whether I actually back them or not, I don't know. But yeah. I don't know what else to talk about. It's sort of, you know, it's just sort of a release when you're just like, what do I do with this time now? I don't know, for me I'm a very sort of, I'm not sure restless is the right word, but I like to do things. So once one thing is done, I'm like, okay, I need to immediately start going into the other thing. It's kind of a good thing I do D&D in the first place, because it's sort of like keeps me actively doing things. Otherwise I feel like I might just sort of waste away doing nothingness. But at the same time it also consumes a lot of my time. Because it's a sort of like deadline based thing. If I have a deadline or something, it's a lot easier to work towards than if I have a much more vague deadline, but then it also means that things with deadlines get prioritized much more higher than things without deadlines, which, you know, leads to weird prioritizations in my life sometimes. I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm just sort of waiting for things to happen, really, at this moment. Play some D&D tomorrow. I'll try and record maybe one episode of Pseudo Regalia. I, again, don't really know what I'm doing in my game, I think, right now. But yeah, it's just sort of a wind down of like, what do I do now? And the answer is, I don't know, to be honest. I should have checked my D&D, my Foundry, just to make sure everything, I should have updated to the latest version. I don't know, maybe I'll do that tomorrow morning or something, we'll see. But yeah, I'm just sort of like I feel like listless a little bit at the moment, which is an unusual feeling, I would say. Because it's also interesting, because I don't really think I burnt myself out on this art fight. Like, I definitely can feel my wrist starting to hurt. So I've been doing, like, of course, a casual carpal tunnel exercises just in case, because I would hate to get carpal tunnel. But like previous years, I think I like super burned myself out like towards the end. This one I actually think I paced myself like pretty well. Like I think it was a bit lopsided towards the end, but I also think it was lopsided because I was dealing with a lot of stomach issues, so I'm not going to blame myself for that. But yeah, it's the sort of thing where it's like, oh yeah, I paced myself, and I feel like, yeah, I definitely had a bit of a rush towards the end, but nothing which felt like a huge burnout rush. If anything, I was just more annoyed at how many times I got stomach aches and was like, I want to draw today, but I can't because now I just need to go to sleep instead. But that's life, you know. Sometimes things are complicated, and some things you don't get a choice when things like that happens. I don't know if I have any gacha updates. I finished making all my team trial teams, but some Umas I need to remake, like Mejurodoba, Aaron-chan, Mejuropalmer, because I didn't get that great a score with it. But the rest of them are like pretty good, to be honest. I hit over 1 million in one of my runs, and I was like, dang, okay, well, I'm probably set until my next whatchamacallit. And then I'm just like, well, I guess in these next few days I will try and make parents, and if I have time I will just try and redo my aces for the upcoming champions meet. Because it can still get better. My Kapana Reki is pretty good, but she doesn't have medium S, but it's so hard to get everything to line up on a Kapana Reki run. And my Smart Falcon I could definitely make better. So that's probably my next target. Because I do want to win this champions meet because I don't have a title. But I'm also not going to put too much stock into it if I don't, because the optimal strategy for this champions meet is to probably run Christmas Ogre and then 2 debuffers, but I don't want to run debuffers. I kind of like refuse to run debuffers because it feels sad to me, the fact that one of my horses wouldn't have a chance of winning if I did so. So instead I will just suffer the pain of getting quadruple dominated in the final lobby and just not having Satan Sky to just power through and win. But such is the way. If it happens, it happens. But yeah, I think I'm at now. I'm going to round this episode up here. I know I'm sort of cutting it off short, but at the same time, I'm just like, it's a sense of like, what do I do now? So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been dazzling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. Until next time. Bye bye for now.